Hi, this is Nikki Weber. I am the CFO of Tynox Children's Hospital. Thank you for allowing me to connect with you remotely as I'm unable to be there in person. I wanted to share with you some of the thoughts that I had when considering this open visitation policy for our hospital. Many people did bring to us some very good information about the benefits, including some scientific research that suggested that these type of policies actually can decrease the length of stay, making sure patients go home when is medically appropriate for their condition, saving us money and getting a bed occupied for another patient that needs it. When children and adolescents have access to their family and their friends, can actually encourage healing and hopefully get them home faster. Also, having family and friends present can really help the parents to remember certain things like medications that are given at home or injuries in the past, things that could be important for their medical care while they're in the hospital. Also, the increase of family and friends can really help be an extra advocate for the patient. They can really help prevent certain hospital-acquired injuries or infections, things like hospital falls or PIVs, which are infections of the IV catheter. If there are more people partnering in the care of the patient, there are likely to be improved outcomes. We would also expect that families and friends could really help with the transition from hospital to home. They should be a part of the education process and really help make sure that medications are followed up with at home, so that specialty and primary visits are maintained, and that could really help reduce the readmission costs, which would be great. We do have to consider some risks. There really could be an influx in visitation that we're not used to at certain hours of the day, which would require additional staffing like security officers or maybe even front desk unit receptionists. We would maybe need to consider additional space and supplies needed depending on the volume that we see of visitors. So we performed a break-even analysis where we considered we will be hiring one security officer for one additional shift to start at $55,000 a year. And the benefits that we expect from this policy would include at least 2 less hospital-acquired infections or conditions, which could save us about $34,000 annually. We'd expect at least 2 less readmissions, which could save us $22,000. And we'd expect an excess day reduction of about 80. So excess days basically are any number of days that a patient stays over what's deemed medically necessary for their condition, and we basically lose money on those patients. So if we can reduce 80 of those days by getting patients out on time, we'd be able to replace those 80 days with paying patients at about $300 a day. That would make us an estimate of about $24,000 annually. So this break-even analysis shows that after a year we would actually make $25,000 on this investment, bringing us a 45% return on investment, which is excellent, and it's also a very conservative analysis. So we really do think that this open visitation policy makes good business sense. Happy patients, happy families, that really speaks to our mission of a family-centered hospital. We think that will help our reputation, and can certainly help us to maintain our market share and hopefully grow our market share. We also think that policies like this that address patient experience and hopefully improve our patient experience scores will really set us up to be in a good place if children's hospitals soon have their reimbursement tied to our patient experience scores. So our return on investment is there, and our happy patients, happy families mission checks all the boxes with this policy. So from a financial perspective, I definitely look forward to having this policy at our children's hospitals, and thank you very much for your time today.